version of themselves that they might want to be. So what you say is this. So this is what you do. I could have went further. And my thing is you shouldn't have went at all. Because now we're talking about it. So there was a scene.
But I'm saying, like, you can contribute to whoever you want, and the hope is that they're going to know that you want certain priorities.
He literally tweeted to the members of Congress.
The oldest profession on earth
you don't have to touch me.
is not.
He literally tweeted to these members, thank you for doing this. I don't want you to touch me. That's my personal space.
I won't ever do it again.
Thank you. But he literally says,
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee, and this is the Raydar Report. At this moment, it should be like something, don't. We need music. By the way, let's get some music made for this, because I love doing the Raydar Report. And I'm sitting here with my guy, Alex, who, we talk about things. So, Alex, what we got today?
So, Angela Rye had a moment. Everybody saw it. She said, don't touch me. That's my personal space. What are your feelings on that?
All right, first of all, Angela Rye is fine as fuck.
Indeed.
Beautiful girl. Oh my God. Like, not that I'm in a situation, but I'm in a relationship, but I'm just saying she's always been one of those, like, she's smart, she's poignant, she's always on point. And this time I just don't agree with her. Now, here's my thoughts. My thoughts is this, is that, don't get me wrong, someone interfering with your space, everything else, but this, to me, Alice, this leads back to yesterday when we spoke about protecting black women, right? This is a prime example. Here's a black woman on a show with a white man. By the way, it's not just her and Kevin O'Leary. It was like 5 other people on the panel, and she took a chance to use the mic to embarrass him. She took this chance. She said it twice, like, don't touch me, please don't touch me. Then what did she have to respond? I'll never touch you again, right? So what she did at that moment, she made him a villain for doing something that he probably does naturally. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? Don't touch me. I don't like, it's like, oh, she could have easily did this. Hey, bro, I don't like being touched like that. I'm sorry. I just got a problem with people in my space. It's not you. Just don't. Then he would have been like, oh, my bad. But you took the time to embarrass him. Now, let's look at it from the other side, right? Because I know there's people like, fuck him. Who's him anyway? But people like him are people who you can make money with. Like, here's the thing. Here's why I say about protecting black women and why I want to talk about it. Just because you are who you are doesn't mean you could be completely that in your space. In every space, I'm sorry. So just because you might be a bitch or whatever, keep it real. Let's just not even say bitch, because that's negative, because Angela Rye is not that. But let's say you want to keep it real. Like, that's how Dave Chappelle did when keeping it real goes wrong. Because it's like, you can keep it so real that you make people around you or in your vicinity be like, I'm straight on that. Don't think them CNN producers didn't talk about that. Kevin O'Leary is not a CNN contributor. He don't have to be there. He's rich as fuck already. He got a hit TV show. He had plenty of businesses. He's obviously there, but he didn't have to be there. And I'm there and I'm getting embarrassed. Like, how embarrassed I'd be if that was me and don't touch me. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought, to me, touch is sometimes a way of like showing sincerity. It's a way of showing to me, touching people is disarming them. Okay, right? Okay. So like if I come
endearment?
To you, it's like if we beefing, say if you're mad at me, right, Alex, and I touch your shoulder, me touching your shoulder is kind of like, hey bro, I'm here. Calm down, right? My hand is on you. You can feel me. It's an exchange of energy. So when she touched him, he was touching her hand, and he probably was touching her hand to tell her like on some like, I'm about to talk. Maybe I'm gonna talk. Maybe that's why, but she made him a villain. And don't get me wrong, I think he likes being a villain. That's the role he plays on TV anyway. But I think that him doing it in places where he can control compared to doing it in a place where he was invited is the big difference on how far I think people like Angela Rye go. Hear me out. Because what happens is don't think Kevin O'Leary don't have a friend in CNN that he could talk to and be like, yo, what's up with the girl? Like, never again. Don't have me on set with her ever again. What was that about? And what you think, at some point, the producer's gonna be like, all right, cool, Angela, boom, boom, and then it becomes, now you're trying to patrol me. Black women, I wanna say this, just because it frustrates you and you're right in the frustration does not give you an opportunity to act out at that right. It's like your kid. It's like if your kid does something wrong, if you do something and your kid's right, even if the teacher's wrong, your kid don't have a reason to slap the teacher. Like,
true.
Like, yeah, the teacher was wrong. Yeah, we're gonna address it, but you didn't have to slap the teacher because they were wrong. So now guess what you just did? You just gave me what? 2 wrongs now. Now I gotta address 2 things now when it could have just been that person's wrong. But no, you need to keep it real and let them know you don't play that, not to fuck with you. And now here we are. that situation is a headache for somebody. I don't know who it is, but for me, it kind of backs up my black woman saying, protect us. Like, I'll protect you, but you got to protect yourself also. And sometimes protecting doesn't mean causing a scene, being loud, screaming, yelling, anything. It can just be as simple as, cool. When you handle it publicly, you did that on purpose. She wanted to embarrass him. She wanted to play him.
You don't trust that she didn't have that discernment in that moment? Because like we were saying on camera.
See, here's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Here's what I'm glad you brought that up. By the way, I'm glad you got a mic now to talk about that. The problem that we have is just because you feel something doesn't mean it's a fact. You can feel something and it might be a fact, but that doesn't mean it's a fact. It goes back to the book, The Four Agreements, that I always reference. The Four Agreements, one of the agreements is never to assume. Never assume. I want to tell you why they say that. Because if you assume, what happens when you assume? That assumption eventually becomes a fact in your brain. Now you're acting on that assumption. That bitch don't like me, so if I'm gonna do this, it's like, how do you even know that? Do you have proof that that person don't like you? Did that person tell you, I don't like you? Then that's different, right? Because they said it, but like a lot of times it's, I got the discernment, he was trying to silence me and I wasn't going for that shit. How the fuck do you know? The discernment can be right, bro, but that doesn't mean you act on it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. And in that moment, she probably feels that was the way to address it without causing the scene. In her mind, she probably feels she could have went
Without
to
causing,
4 more levels higher.
See, and that's what black women do. And that's what we do. And that's what you're doing right now to explain it. It doesn't matter what level you're on. It don't matter. Environment is everything. Gotcha. Environment matters more than anything in this world. Let me ask you a question, bro. I told you right now, let's go to the ATM on the corner and get $1,000 out. And I want you to get it in ones. And I want you to throw it in the middle of the street. Would you do that?
Hell no.
Why?
Because it's outside. It's not a strip club.
Ooh, but we do it in a strip club. It sounds, by the way, hold on, hear me out. No, I didn't set you up. I wanted you to see how environment controls us. The environment, black people, the only people that walk around saying, I'm me. No matter what I do, I'm going to be me. Sometimes you can't be you. You can't be you, the same you are with your niggas that you are with the president. You can't be the same nigga you are with your niggas that you are with your boss. You can't be the same nigga you are with your niggas that you are at the board table. The same way those white men at the board table can't be them same white versions of themselves that they might want to be. So what you say is this. So this is what you do. I could have went further. And my thing is you shouldn't have went at all. Because now we're talking about it. So there was a scene. You created a scene. Now we're talking about it. And now you're like, I wanted to do that. Dog, Angela Rye's been on TV for over 10 years, at least I can count. She knows what the fuck she was doing. She played him on camera on purpose for a reason. And whatever that reason is, none of us know. But now we're talking about it. She started it. It's there. And to me, this is a protect black women moment where if I was Angela's nigga, I'd be like, babe, you couldn't have found another way to do that? I don't like him. Well, I think we know that now. And he did this. Does he know he did that? Does he know that he bothered you? Dog, do you know how many people get killed for assumptions? You know how many people get hurt because they thought something, because miscommunications? We can't afford that in today's time. In today's time, we need to communicate clearly as possible, as being as respectful and loving to each other as possible because of who the fucking president is. Mind you, Angela Rye doesn't like Trump, right?
No.
She was just as rude as he is. Ooh. She was just as rude as Trump was at that moment, and he's rude and he's disrespectful, and you was just as rude, baby girl. And let me tell you something: 2 wrongs do not make a fucking right. So no matter how much you think I was right, fuck that, blah blah blah, it doesn't make it right. And now we're talking about it, and I don't think she's gonna apologize. I don't think she is in it to do that. But what I'm saying is here's a prime example, and I'm gonna start doing that more, pointing out moments where a black woman could have protected herself. Put a hand over the mic, whisper to the man, hey, brother, I don't. Now, if he says, I want to touch you, now you call your niggas. Now here come your niggas like, hold on, nigga, didn't she say she don't want to fucking touch you? What's the problem? That's when you call a nigga. But just creating a scene, that was whack.
So you being the great American black dad, culture referee, like we were saying off camera, I don't expect anybody to know something that I didn't tell them to teach them. How would you teach the young women in your family coming up how to take from that moment?
I would teach them emotional manipulation. I would say to them exactly what I said. Listen, people, by the way, he might have been poking her bear. He might have been trying to get under her skin. I know white people are passive aggressive. I'm not, it's just the truth. Like, they'll do something like, what's going on? I'm sorry. I'm a touchy guy. It's like, he was probably pushing her buttons, but she responded the way they wanted you to. Dog, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you what corporate America does to black people. They push our button, or some of us don't get our button pushed. Button is real sensitive. Motherfucker, rub it. Button pushed. You know what I mean? But like they push our button, and then they wait for us to react and say, angry black man, angry black woman. That's what they do to us, bro. How the fuck you think I became a multimillionaire? You don't think I sat in rooms and heard niggas disrespect my culture, but it wasn't the opportune time for me to speak up for myself. I ain't here to be a fucking activist. I'm here to get money for my family. So if I'm in a room I've been in a room with white men that have said the word nigga, but they didn't call me. They just referenced the song. He said nigga 3 times. What do you think we do twice? And it's like, but then you got to be like, hey, Ray, you ain't in the hood no more. You have a different mission now. You're trying to get rich, right? Okay, if you're trying to get rich, that don't always call for a reaction, Ray. Shut the fuck up, Ray. And I did. And then once that's why I'm talking now. Because I got M's in the bank. And my houses are all paid off, and my cars are all paid off, and I don't owe nobody shit. And I still manage the biggest songwriter in the world. And that's my best friend. No one, that's what I'm saying. My point is that Tupac, I learned this from Tupac Shakur. Tupac, on the end of his song, Bomb First, Tupac says, y'all told me don't ever go to war unless my money was right. Guess what? My money right. Now I'm ready for war. And that nigga died going hard at them niggas. That's how you do it. That's how you win. You get your money up, and then you win. I don't know if Angela Rye is rich, but if that's how she pays her bills, baby girl, you need to be fucking quiet. Because Kevin O'Leary don't need CNN to pay his bills. You might. So you need to treat CNN with a little bit more respect than he might need to. There's no tit for tat in those scenarios. What else we got?
You know, my thing is, when I'm going into these fights with shit I'm really dealing with, it'd be good if niggas like actually help me, because what I'm saying is right. But instead, come in and punk these niggas into going against me, and they forget about everything that I did for them. Every nigga I just named, I bled for these niggas. I did something. I put them on and shit. I took them with me on tour, had them open up this, that, and it's like, niggas don't have to be making statements against me in public, and everybody know what I'm saying is right, and I'm the only one who will fucking say this shit. It's like, I'm the type of, like, my mom was a teacher. I'm a nigga, like Donda is like a school. I want niggas to be there. I want niggas to get put on all this type of shit, but then it'd be the betrayal, it'd be all the sneaky shit that niggas do. But that's what it is in this celebrity game. It's like, it's really kill or be killed. Everyone wants to act like they're your friend, and they want to try to come and kill the king, and then like the king's supposed to give everybody a hug afterwards. Like, look at all this shit, nigga. I am in pain, bro. I'm hurt by all this betrayal, and that's what it is. It's like, fuck all these niggas. None of these niggas help me out with the shit I'm dealing with my kids. They let the Kardashians walk around, just run over a black man's head like, I'm gonna take these black kids. Don't listen to him, he got a red hat. The red hat, nigga put me in the hospital off that shit. Now niggas like Trump. You know?
Kanye West went viral. He posted what he referred to as his betrayal list, and is him expressing that there's a lot of people in the industry that he has helped, and for whatever reason, he feels they've turned their back on him. What are your thoughts on that, if you saw the list?
Kanye's a narcissist. That's probably the most narcissist thing he can ever do, because I will be honest with you. If he's talking about favors he did, and those favors was records, those wasn't favors, bro. You got paid royalties and still getting paid royalties off that. If you stopped your schedule to give Jay a record, and you feel like because Jay didn't stop his schedule to do something that didn't benefit him the same, Kanye, you don't understand business. Dog, let me tell you something. Everything in this world is politics. Politics is about giving and taking. Today I might ask you for something, but tomorrow you might need something from me. Hell, I might ask you for something 5 days in a row. And then that 6th day be the time where you ask me for something, right? And that is what politics is about. That's what life's about. It's giving and taking. And right now we're in a scenario where everybody, like Kanye is basically speaking about how people took from him, like he didn't volunteer to give, and he also didn't have a dollar sign at the end of that he got paid for doing it. Kanye is a Gemini. Geminis are they have two different personalities, one over here, one over here, and they're the most furthest apart. And to me, Kanye is being a narcissist right now. He literally is. That's probably why he's so successful, so rich, whatever. But to me, this is the other side. I want anybody listening to understand this, because somebody said to me, they was like, I don't like Ray. He never gets on. I don't condemn people. That's not what I do, guys. I have not condemned Drake. Just to bring it up, I said, if Drake drops a lawsuit, everything's over. He go back to business. It's the lawsuit that's killing him. I don't condemn people on this show. That is the problem with the world. We want someone to say something that we don't like, and then we want to cancel them for that. But then what about the 99 things they said that we did like? Look at it from an odds maker thing. Look at it from the odds maker thing, right? It's the most we did like. So when you think about how he's got this list and all these people he's going after and everything, that's the most narcissistic shit he's ever done. Nobody on that list owes you anything. Like, you don't know nobody on that list anything except for your fucking ex-wife. Everybody else on the list is, what a list? Let me see the list.
So the list.
Let me read it. I'm gonna read it. Oh my, like, Virgil dead. John Legend signed to you, but John Legend went about his business and he probably didn't want to get on your ride. That's another thing people don't factor in. I might like you, who you are, but I might not want to be associated with who you are long term because it might be bad for my business. I think that happened with John Legend. Travis, who knows what it is. Cardi, because he didn't put him on the out. Like, come on, bro. Big Sean, because he was signed to you. These are people that Kanye doesn't take his responsibility of his role. Kanye is Jay-Z. They're the same person. And to be honest with you, that's why the game needs a Dame. Because when you the star, it can never be your fault. Even if you're the star and it's your business, like LeBron James. He's the star of his business. It can't be his fault. So niggas like Draymond and I'm like, I'm signed with LeBron. Of course you are. Because that's the side of the fucking fence you're going to sit on no matter what. Because y'all niggas want to be friends with LeBron because he's the GOAT and y'all, whatever it is. But y'all ain't helping him and ain't nobody telling the motherfucking truth. And right now the truth is that Kanye's tripping. He's tripping. Don't nobody owe him shit. And Dirk's in jail. He got a lot more shit to fight about. Common, Kid Cudi, Pusha T, Don's, Amber, the Kardashians, Adidas, Balenciaga. The nigga said my kids. The nigga said my own kid. Dog, let me tell you something. Your kids owe you nothing but respect of being your kid. This nigga is, dog. I mean, like, Kanye's stupid. He's tripping. I'm not fucking with him right now. I just don't like how he's moving. He's moving like a super narcissist, and I hope the music matches, because because Kanye is the opposite. Kanye is the kind of guy that'll tell you what he feels, and then people say he's crazy, and then they'll rap about it, and then people say, well, that kind of made sense.
I was gonna say, yeah, that you know, Tory Lanez spoke of that. He said, separate the art from the artist.
Look what he said about Taylor Swift. Remember, he said, "I made that bitch famous." How did most black people in the world hear about Taylor Swift?
Kanye's situation. That's
why he did what he did. You see what I'm trying to say? So he's narcissistic as fuck. It's fucking funny as fuck, but it's still kind of fucked up because, bro, you too important to be out here being selfish. Important people shouldn't be selfish. Woo. When you're important, you can't be selfish. When you're important, you can't be selfish. You got to be giving when you're important. Because if you're selfish and you're important, guess who Kanye West is acting like? Another Gemini named Donald fucking Trump. Donald Trump's a Gemini. Them niggas is the same nigga, bro. They narcissistic as fuck. That's why I don't fucking get mad at neither side, because all they doing is what they got to do for them to win, even though they hurt people doing it. That's when I draw the line. Like, damn, you ain't got to say mean shit to get your point across, but whatever.
So none of this should shock us.
Listen, man, Kanye need to come with an album in the next month or he in a lot of trouble. He need to come with a single or album. Like, dog, he got people, everybody's turned off by him. He tripping. Unless you're a narcissist like him and then you love him.
Gotcha.
What else?
Who the fuck are you to tell me something I fumbled when you ain't done shit?
The source.
Nothing.
The source.
Hold on. Answer that.
In my opinion.
The source. Answer my question. What gives you the right to say something that I fumbled as big as the source and as much as it did? What the have you done to give you the right to say that to me?
I'm not saying...
No. Answer the question. You already said it.
Well, gives you the right because I have a microphone in front of me and we're on my show.
Right. So what I'm telling you is, you ain't hip hop. You ain't done shit, and you're just a fanboy. That's it. Nothing else.
So you don't think the source could still be running?
I don't think that you know what the you're talking about.
You don't think the source could still be running? Could be a huge multimedia company. I'm trying to have a hip hop conversation.
Man, that's not hip hop. You don't sit here and talk about what the fuck fumbled or what the something happened, man. Get the out of here. What the fuck fumbled?
I've given you nothing but praise for being for having the source, and I want to talk about
no, man, listen, bro. See, I seen it coming. You wanted to do this. You felt you didn't do it last time, but you wanted to be like because all these other crackers out there be like the source up. Can we stop? He fucked the source up.
Stop for a second. Stop for a second. Out
of here,
I don't. This isn't what I want, dude. I don't.
You did this.
No, man.
You come up with no, man. What? Don't try to like if this.
Benzino.
Shout out to my brother Benzino.
He was on a podcast and someone had the nerve to tell him that he fumbled the source situation, and he was like, "You don't have the right to tell me I fumbled something of that magnitude because you're not hip hop." What are your thoughts on that?
Benzino's right. Let me say this. First, not because I like Benzino, because I really like Benzino's my friend. I love Benzino. I would call a nigga right now. But Benzino is right, but the guy's right also. Benzino is right because Benzino is speaking. It's always easy to be the sideline quarterback Monday morning after the Sunday game and the quarterback fucked up. It's easy to say, well, how did you fuck it up? Of course you could say that because you didn't have that same responsibility to fuck up something of such magnitude. And that's what Benzino was speaking about when he said, you can't talk on it. Because he's like, I feel like that. Hey, bro, if you ain't built nothing, you can't talk to me. If you ain't built nothing. Now, if you try to build something and you fail, talk to me all day. But if you have not built nothing, have not tried, have not went out there and sold us, I don't care to hear your opinion on business.
Gosh.
You're speaking from an employee standpoint. You're speaking from your $12 an hour that you make. You don't understand how the business, I'm being honest with you, you don't understand the cost of business, the cost of what it costs to be. Like, it's a lot. Like, when people come in here, they don't understand that this light, this camera, this mic, everything in here costs something, costs me. Nigga, it's a cost to business that we all must learn. There's a cost to business, and we got to learn that shit.
When it comes to our culture, do you feel that people, because they're consumers, they feel that they have the right? What do you say to somebody like him who says, well, hey, I bought the magazine, I'm a consumer of hip-hop, that's what gives me the right?
He was right. That's why he was right.
Ah, okay.
What Benzino has to understand is that once you put yourself out there, you've given the world a chance to criticize you, even the average people. And that's what's fucking with him. It's like fans going to the NBA games or the NFL game. Can't nobody do what these niggas are doing on the court. Can't nobody do what they're doing on the court. But everybody's like, dunk the fucking ball, just dunk it. Nigga, you dunk it then. If it's so easy. You see what I'm trying to say? So that guy was playing sideline quarterback, but Benzino played quarterback. And that's why I got to side with him, because what people don't talk about is how much luck plays a role in our success. Do I think Benzino knew that he was going to have the source and it was going to be so valuable and it was going to be worth so much? Nah. I think Benzino just saw a friend of his and Dave Mays and said, you know what, my nigga, I believe in you. Here goes some money. And then it got so big, he was like, oh, I'm coming over there. And then he went over there and then he started getting into it. But Benzino started acting like a nigga, which he admitted to me on the show, where he was like, I started putting my friends and looking out and being biased. And to me, that also was part of what killed the source. Though, let me tell y'all something. You want to know what kills everything? Ego. Benzino, the source died because Benzino had a big ego. And he's telling another nigga, don't talk about me, nigga, because you ain't got a big enough ego to talk to me. And that is the ego again. It's you got to stay in it, bro. I say what I say because I'm still in it. If I was out of it, I probably wouldn't say that. If I wasn't chasing it, I'd probably be like, yo, I'll listen to anybody. But I'm in it. I'm paying people. I pay you, don't I?
Indeed.
On time, don't I?
Raymond Green.
Cool, perfect.
Raymond Green.
Thank you, bro. I pay people. I pay everybody with me for a reason, because I understand there's a cost to living, there's a cost to business, and that's what I think Benzino was referring to. But oh boy, is still right. Hey, Benzino, you can't fight the world. And I think Benzino is that kind of guy where he wants to fight everybody, but he got to chill.
Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Sure, you saw this going viral this morning. Bronny James, he spoke up.
Again? I know.
Yeah, so obviously people want to see what he has to say after a fan. He tells the fan, your chain fake. But today it's going viral. He says, he goes, my first thought about everything is I always try to just let it go through one ear and out the other, put my head down and come to work and be positive every day. But sometimes it fuels me a little bit. I see everything that people saying and people think I'm like a fucking robot. Like I don't have feelings or emotions, but I just take that and use it as fuel for me to go out, wake up every day and get to the gym early, get my extra work in, watch my extra film every day, get better every day.
Okay, so what you want to know? Go ahead.
Would you say when someone, because piggybacking on what you said about the consumer, when he says they treat me like a fucking robot, as people who are just fans of it.
Let me ask you a question, Alex. What's your dream career? Not now, but what was your dream career as a kid?
As a child, to be honest, my first dream was to be a preacher.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're a preacher. Mm-hmm. You preach at the biggest church in the state of Georgia.
Yes, sir.
You don't think being the biggest preacher in the state of Georgia comes with criticism?
Indeed.
Nigga, that's the problem. What Bronny James is doing is the problem with the world. Have we ever seen Kobe release a statement like that?
Never.
Nigga, because Kobe is like, I don't got to talk to y'all. When I get on the court, that's when I talk to y'all. When I get on the court, that's when I show y'all what I do. And what I'm telling you to me is like with this Bronny shit is like, he's exposing that it's the same thing with, what's the girl name? Just Hilarious. He's exposing that he knows he doesn't belong. And that's what I said about LeBron, I think is gonna kill his legacy because LeBron is wired differently than any human on earth. Like that is why he's so successful. That is what makes him to me a GOAT. The GOAT is because of how he's wired, right? He's been criticized since he was 14. He's never let it stop him. He still became the king. He still won championships. He still got a wife and beautiful family. He still did everything that they said he couldn't do. And I think that his ego said, I'm gonna get my son in the league. And we've been talking thus far about ego and how it destroys people. And that's why I said I think that was the one mistake he did, because that was the one check LeBron wrote that LeBron can't cash. That's a check that your son got to cash. He wrote a check that his son got to cash. And I think that that's what's frustrating him right now. And that's what's pissing him off is that he wrote it. And now his son, who ain't did shit wrong, besides be a good kid, is in the NBA because his dad ego is so fucking big that he couldn't let it go and say, man, my son didn't make it like D-Wade's son, like MJ's son, or anything. But he wanted to have something over people. He wanted to show you that he could do it. And the league spoils him so much that they gave it to him. And now we wondering why shit fucked up. I don't want nothing given to my kids that they don't deserve. Nothing. Because we're setting the wrong precedents. Now, mind you, I can give it to him. LeBron can give it to his son. If the Lakers would call the Los Angeles LeBrons, nigga, get my son on the team and he starting, nigga. But now you got to deal with the fans. Because now the fans might be like, we don't want to buy no tickets from you. We don't want to support you because you showing us that your family is more important than the team winning. Right? But they're the LA Lakers. So that means Jeannie Buss, JJ Redick, who LeBron got the job for, and Rob Pelinka, who also got LeBron. It's just like, what is it gonna take to make our star happy? And guess what they had to do? You know what they did to humble his ass? They brought in a slightly bigger, newer star in Luka. And now he's not the most important voice on the team, not most important player on the team. Listen, Bronny gonna get traded right with LeBron if he ever gets traded. And when LeBron is done playing, I guarantee you Bronny's done playing.
Wow.
Who gonna keep him now? You ain't in the league no more. You ain't selling tickets for us to give your son a spot.
You don't think he can get better to the point where he earns a roster spot on his own?
That's what college basketball's for. Oh. Am I right, little cuz? Am I wrong, little cuz? Ain't that what college basketball's for? His dad took him out of that. What are we talking about? Like, this the problem. Everybody just wants people that they love to do what they want and get away with it, and people that they don't love to be crucified every time they do something that they don't like. That's the world we live in. I don't like or dislike anybody. I don't have a problem with nobody, but I can say what's right and what I think is wrong, and I can give you reasons why I say that. What else we got?
Man, that was that was it for today.
That was just so I can step up and walk.
Yeah, you can show them.
Hey, they see my sweats.